I said, young man, I got me up. I want to be live where I swear. Now he said, my baby rapping, my home, man, I get it. The market was doing, I'm breaking the profit. On my way, people calling me names. All the trouble I see, I do at the peace. When the suffering, the sunset, I can't pay the code. Only how I can pay. Sooner or later, my hustle pay. Never, and I'm rushing myself. Keep it cool, everything I'm a CC. Too much rushing, I'm probably chasing. One day. One day. I'm feeling cool. One day.
I'm also gonna pay one day. Enemies can gonna see my face. Me pa know I'm not watching it. One day, success gonna come my way. I know my hustle gonna pay one day. Enemies can gonna see my face. Me pa know I'm not watching it. One day, success gonna come my way. Yeah. My mama was so angry. My papa was so angry. My friend was the money. Any mess that will come on and this. So I on my way. 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 I'm on my way to this place and I'm looking for money. Looking for money, oh. Looking for money. I want make mama happy. Want make papa happy. Want make all my brothers and sisters to come around me.
Yeah, capital good. Why you know you hustle? Why saying the go by the Genesis? Shall come at the fire, shall come at the power. I feel be working on Wednesday. You must look for the mile, you must look for the mile. All in the dark, all in the dark, all in the week, all in the week. All in the sun, the
mama was so angry. My papa was so angry. My friend was the money. Any mess that will come on and this. So I on my way. 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 I on my way.
Amando, you are a famous star now.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Attorney Commander Glapohkpa Chesson talk show. Today, I'm at Kebe's African restaurant on the other side of Providence. And she is right here. Please introduce yourself.
My name is Kebe McCann.
Now, Kebe has been here for a while, and this is one of our Liberian restaurants. So, Kebe, tell us how long you've been in this spot and why you decided to get into business.
I've been in this spot for 14 years now. I decided to open this restaurant because of helping people, going out and feeding the homeless, and we need a place to where the food be cooked. And I opened this restaurant. Since then, I'm still at the same place, 850 Admiral Street.
So how has the community responded to your effort?
Well, the community has responded greatly to my efforts. I do successful feed the homeless, and people have embraced the business, and it led me to move forward to Liberia to open the orphanage for children in Liberia.
Wow, you have an
All
orphanage?
from this restaurant.
You kidding me?
And because of the customer has been very nice to me and loyal to me, I was able to go to Liberia 3 weeks ago and open an orphanage in my late mother's name, Eugenia Bright,
Where's the orphanage?
in New Jersey, Liberia, Liberia.
Wow. So what message do you have for your customers?
Well, my customers are very loyal to me, and they are very faithful. They always help me when we're doing the backpack giveaway for children every year, which will soon be coming down end of the month. And then we give the food away, the turkey and chicken in November. And because of the customer, all the tips they leave and all the encouragement help me to promote this business and do what I'm doing moving forward. So I love my customers, I love my neighbors, and I love everybody in general.
We thank you very much for your efforts.
Thank you, and God bless you too.
Thank you too. Let the people see the delicious food you're fixing
Okay,
here.
go ahead.
Okay, thank you. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Tuna Commander, J.R. Glapohkpa Chesson talk show. Today is November the 11th. It is Veterans Day. I salute my brothers, the band of brothers. Happy Veterans Day, my people. It's good for us to remember those that gave much for us to live well. To my brothers in arms, we wish you a wonderful day. It is good to remember the great things that our military has done for this nation. All branches of our military. And we want to say thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Today is going to be up in the lower 70s in Providence, Rhode Island. I heard them talking about tracking rain. So right now it's just cloudy. So if there will be rain, listen to your news. I didn't have time to check on that. I just heard of tracking rain and all of that, okay? So we have some serious issues in our country today. Today is supposed to be National Census Day, okay? News, the legislature wanted to suspend it yesterday. Senator Yonkwe came out and said there were so many issues. So my topics for the day are: one, if the 2023 elections is postponed or suspended, what Liberians expect? Okay, they're supposed to be elections are suspended, but we're thinking on just the general elections. Okay? And secondly, the legislature, the judiciary, both of these branches of our government have called the finance minister to account for why they have not gotten paid. But what about our civil servants? So let me take a break and correct this elections is and make it pure, and we'll be back. Okay? Thank you. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. This is the Tony Commander J.R. Glapohkpa Chesson. I'm at Flames, the Jamaican restaurant in Providence, Rhode Island. I'm here with the proprietor. Ma'am, could you kindly tell us your name and how long this business has been here?
My name is Sophia, and this business has been here for 6 years.
What kind of support have you received from the community?
Great support. We receive great support from the community.
And especially the African community?
The African, the Spanish, and then we're close to the hospital, so there's a lot of people that come by from the hospital. All different culture.
Wow, that's
Everybody
nice.
want to try something new.
Yes, I just took a shot of some of your food here. It seems very delicious, and I've had some of them too. Some of your meal.
Yeah.
What message do you have for your customers?
They could come anytime. Come anytime. We treat our customer with great respect.
Thank you very much, Sophie.
You're welcome.
And I hope you have good luck here as long as you're here.
Okay, thank you.
Have a good day.
You too, dear. Thanks.
Well, first of all, I want to apologize to my viewers for all the mistakes I made with my topics this morning, the grammatical and typographical errors. And I read those, doing this thing in the morning, sometimes it can be difficult, especially when you got to get up and do it yourself, put your topics together in the morning. I read over this thing over. It seems so good now. Look at the errors I made in them. I apologize. Let's get on with my thing. Before I even begin, let's touch on the news in Liberia, man. What's happening in Liberia, man? I see in Sino County, I got news this morning that in Sino County, the people there killing each other. The man just killed his wife. Witchcraft to get rich. He sold her to the Juju people to get rich. Ritualistic killings. It's so terrible in the county there, man. We know that during our election period, there's a lot of killings for Juju, for people to stay in power, for people to win. We are traditional people. We're our police weak and incapable of providing the security we need in our country. We left to our own means to protect ourselves, man. And the children, the school children, they're so scared because this witchcraft business for power, for thing, is between women and children. They want virgins. They want women. So our women and children in Sando County, they're in trouble. Right now, the children are scared to go to school. Us in America will wonder, why the children scared to go to school in the day? It's day. Yes, it's day. But Sando is a forest-infested place. It's not like Monrovia or America. Every time we hear these news, we think in terms of America. For us who've been in America for so long, we wonder why is this, but it's not like that. Sando is a forest. The children got to go through dirt roads to go to school. They can kidnap them. They can be in group self. People get jump on the forest, and some will run. The rest, they kidnap them and kill them for ritualistic purposes. And this is why when these news come to me, I gotta make us sensitive to the issue. That it is not America. Our people's lives are in peril. Okay? What's else happening? I will leave that for last. The people of Bon County say they're not voting for WIA. They say we ain't do nothing for Bon County. That the news in Monrovia today. This is not because of Moyi or anybody, because I interviewed my people in Liberia. I said, you're sure they didn't have a Moyi? They said, no, the county officials and the people themselves got up and said, retire WIA, Then we ain't doing nothing for us in the county. The same thing came from Prince Johnson and Kuhn, Jeremiah Kuhn, in my county. They say they're not voting for we are because we hasn't done nothing for the Nima County. So that's the issue with the people in Bond County now. Okay? So both of our branches of government have called the Minister of Justice before them to explain why they're not being paid. The Judiciary did it the other day. He said he paying them today. They're supposed to get paid today, this week, at the end of this week. They called him off Monday. They wanted to jail him on Monday. The legislature does not have that kind of authority to jail the finance minister. So they summoned him twice. The men told him are coming, and he never went. He was supposed to be with them yesterday too. He didn't show up yesterday. They summoned him yesterday. He didn't show up. So at least he's scared of the judiciary because they can arrest him. But for the legislature, he told them, you will get your money when you get your money. That's what his absence means. When the legislature call you twice for the money, they didn't care about the civil servants. They call you twice for the money and say no. That's what we're going to talk about during my second topic, because that's a national security issue. Now, they say the law has been passed for drugs. The non-bailable offenses. They said importers and the dealers, importers and distributors, when they arrest you, you will not get bail. They say for the users, they're going to be light on you. They're going to permit you to have bail. So this law is similar to the RIB law, non-bailable law, when they arrest you, you're not getting no bail until you go to court and be tried and everything. So this is for the distributors and the importers. So who are those people? We know some of them are already. So that's the Liberian news right now. And the last issue we're going to talk about now is the census. The director of the census right now, the acting director, Mr. Smith, what's his first name? Wilmer Smith, comes out this morning on the news and says there's going to be census. Then the deputy director for statistics of the same bureau come and say, it's not possible. It's not possible. We don't have all the necessities to do the census. We don't have the capacity. Right now, we haven't paid the enumerators. They're striking in Bong, Nimba, all the places are striking. How will we have census? Even the legislators knew that. Senator Nyankwe of Nimba County, who is in charge of the population census and oversight, is supposed to be the man with the knowledge of the census and all of that. He comes in and says, it's not possible. Yesterday, there was a cable news sent out that these guys were debating postponing the census for the day until January 15th of next year. Now I wanted to know, how could they do that when the president has already made a proclamation that this is a holiday? How can the legislature come and change it? But yesterday, the cable news went out. I saw it and I read it. Then that's where my news came from. So the cable news was telling us that these guys were already anticipating passing this law. They were already about to sign it into law. That's why they sent the news out, that the possibility of the postponement of today's census was imminent. Now, it didn't come out. The census is supposed to be today. There's no way we can have census today. They show the picture from Liberia, all the people in the market doing their regular business. And this is supposed to be a holiday, so everybody can stay home to be counted. But how the people will stay home and be counted? The president took $2 million of the money of our caucus, of our coffers, just for allowances. If the judiciary hasn't taken paid for 2 months, the legislature hasn't taken paid, but has the executive taken paid? Because the executive is where all the workers are for the various departments. They are the civil servants. Twerk came on 50-50 max and lied and said all the civil servants were paid. They're asking that 2-3 times. Because I was listening to it and I was saying, I couldn't believe that these people were paid. First of all of them were paid. Because all the people striking around under the minister, the news had just come to me that this man was under a writ arrest had been issued for him. Then he's sitting on the same TV in the morning, in the same day, telling us that all the civil servants paid. Now we see the legislature has called him now twice to come before them to tell him why they haven't got. Now if the legislature hasn't gotten paid, something wrong in the country. All these sanctioned criminals and warlords and killers in our legislature didn't get paid. Somebody not scared for their life? No. No money in the country. That's more evidence, that more compounding evidence to us that there is no money in the country. George Weah took all the money to go watch soccer game. I heard people talking about threat to national security and us going back to war and all these things. It's not far-fetched. It's not far-fetched. America can't handle the situation no more. Is America tired and I didn't know what to do with these guys? Because for the president to get out of the country and take $2 million out of the country with him for 15 people for 3-4, how many weeks? 7 weeks, almost 2 months. Almost 2 months you go for vacation with 15 people. The whole damn government, so women and your family, you take all of them on vacation. Damn, my people. Hey, man, these people don't love our country. They don't love Liberia because there's no way. When I heard we were gone for 2 months almost, I said, this guy don't want to work. He's tired with his job. He got to be tired with his job to go for 2 months. You really don't love your country. To be out of your country at this stage in our country's history, you go for 2 months. You really don't love our country. Who running the country now? When you take all the people with you, who running our country? It's so sad. It's really sad. But that just hurts the very fabric of our national development, our national trust, our national governance. I mean, it just hurts everything. It breaks everything down. It shatters everything. And who's suffering more? Our poor civil servants. I saw Market sitting, the people from information sitting down all on the ground. They're talking about the deducted, the reduce their pay. People taking people money, cutting it to say they put it in the bank to help them during crisis. But you can't do those kind of things. Everything in our country run by law. One minister can say, I will take your salary, I will take $20. We have decided, all of us in the ministry have decided to take $20 other people's salary and put it aside in the bank for safety. You cannot do that. Our government is not a damn club. In clubs, you can do that. Yes, in your ULI and all of your foolish clubs around here, you can do that. But when it comes to the government of Liberia, everything runs by law. You idiots can't just sit in the corner and say, oh yeah, people are suffering, we'll put money aside. Who gave you the right to do that? Then when we come to find out every time, every instance you all do these things, people money get missing. the people can't account for the money. What is that, man? We are running a club. Our government is not a club. It is not a social welfare organization. It's the government Republic of Liberia with many peoples, with counties, with institutions that demand justice and fair play by the law. Not about people just sitting down and making decisions. And this is why our country is messed up today. You know, the president just jump on and say he go away for almost 2 months. And people agree to it and give him $2 million. Not to cover the whole trip. The $2 million just for pocket change. Just for your allowance. You take $2 million out of our country. They carry 15 people with you. Then all of your, besides the allowance they give you, we got to pay for your daily food, your daily rental, your daily transportation. Come on, man. And we don't know how much even that costs. They're not telling us how much that costs. They just say about $25,000 a day. It can't be 25. It got to be more than $25,000 a day. To carry 15 people to watch the World Cup, you know, I don't know where they're going to be sitting now. Because the World Cup go by sitting seats. They got $2,000 seats, $1,000 seats. Where are they going to be sitting? Who's going to pay for that? You see how they're killing us? And our people ain't get paid yet. Our people have not gotten paid yet. This is the plight of our nation and people. We don't want to go to war. We don't want a coup d'etat. But when people do things to push us into that direction, I mean, you got to sit and wonder what they're thinking about. We've been through this before. We've been through this in 1980. We've been through this in 1990. We've been through war again. All to stop this kind of thing we do in our country. Then the people come and repeat the same things. What's wrong? We do the same thing in every institution. We do the same thing. We should know better. And you know the funny part about it, it's not about educated or uneducated people. All Liberian people do the same shit. Corruption. A little corruption just ingrained in us. No matter how we see the penalties of nature for the crimes we have committed for years. People go there, say they want to do better, and they do the same corrupt things. Why? Why? We got to find out how to solve this problem in Liberia because we got to satisfy our country. We got to diversify our country. We got to open our country. Something is wrong with our country as it is. You know, I know first of all, Tottenham corrupted us. The whole society corrupted because Tottenham had to stay in power for years. But we can deal with that. But all this tribalism and nepotism and thing, that's the other thing we got to fight to crush. Because that in itself breeds corruption. And if our society is already corrupt from our activities in politics, how do we break this network of criminal entity in our country? People just go there and feel they can do what they want to do. We need patriots. We need true people who love our country, not just people who come and say we want position. No, you got to love Liberia for how to change Liberia. We got to have a network of highly professional and educated people who will not bend to corruption and be determined to change our country for 5 years. It has to be sustained for a certain period, so when those people leave, the system itself will be severed, so corruption will not be allowed. The people who have been used to justice and the rule of law and honest leadership, they will not want anything to break that. So we need at least 5 years of that kind of leadership. Stern, honest, fair, by the law leadership. And we only patriots, true patriots of our country can do that. Not the old people who've been there forever. Not the people who imbued in our government forever. No. My people, to build a nation is not easy. For us to change our country is not easy. Changing the mentalities of our people is not easy. That's why we need a team. Not one person, not 2 person, not 3 person, not 4 person. We need at least 5 or 6 persons spread across our government who believe in justice, in honesty, and in the rule of law. We need 6 or 7 top people who got people that will follow them. And let's sit to the table and change our country. And when those 5 or 6 people meet, they will generate 5 or 6 more. And 5 or 6 more will generate, because 5 or 6 more will trust those people. And those people who trust those people, they will bring 5 or 6 more that will trust them. And will breed a team of trustworthy leadership, and will punish these damn rogues. Will send a shock wave through our nation. That the way we'll punish the rogues, everybody will be in concern with it. Nobody will buck. Nobody will say no, because it has to be done. And we know it must be done for our country to change. There must be a shock and awe sent through the whole damn nation on the basis of stopping corruption. And we're going to take it. If we got to put 20, 40 people in jail, we'll put it in jail, and they will wear chains, and they will break rock, they will build the roads, they will work till they will die. They will work till they die. But we must have a team of people that believe in that and that will serve this country for 5 years. And we're not buck. You can cry all you want. You can yell all you want. You can demonstrate to the embassy all you want. Once it's according to the laws of Liberia, we're not bending for 5 years. After that, any other system come in, any other leadership come in, the people will be used to that. The people will be used to doing things the right way. And when any leadership comes in, there will be assurance that our leadership will meet a certain standard that will propel the prospects of our revolution that has gone that far to the next level. We can't bring dummies. That's why in our constitution, we got to show that if you don't have a high school diploma, you cannot compete in any electoral process. That's the foundation of leadership in our country. You must have some knowledge of the process you're going to be in. And to assure us that you have that kind of knowledge, we have to put in our laws that only high school people can vote, and not vote, can run for office. You want to run for office in government? Get a high school diploma. Let me take a break, sip my coffee, and we'll talk about my final topic. That's a short topic, so that I didn't rush about that. Okay? So just bear with me and let's
African restaurant dedicated to cooking from the stove. We've been here for a year and a few days actually, and this is the spot that you want to come to when you want to indulge in great soul food. Here we offer collard greens, baked macaroni and cheese, we have the fish and grits, shrimp and grits on Sundays of course, and a lot of other soul food norms added with a little bit of our fusion. Chef Summer Duffin is the chef in the kitchen, and just come on down and check us out. You will not regret it.
So, pray tell me, my people, if the Liberian Legislature and Judiciary have summoned the Minister of Finance twice to appear before them to explain why they have not been paid for 2 months, who's pleading for the civil servants of Liberia? Who's pleading for our common people? These people, they're not looking at the overall structure of our country, of whether the civil servant is being paid or not. Nobody asking that question. But everybody's summoning the man because they haven't been. These people making $15,000, $20,000, $30,000 a month. And they didn't get paid for 2 months. They're calling the people. And yeah, our poor people in the street crying. Some of them ain't get paid for more than 3 months. Who's fighting for them? You see, and this is something wrong with government because government not supposed to be like this. Before I eat, I got to make sure my people eat. But it's the other way around. If the people don't eat, they don't give a damn if we eating, but they don't want to eat. Somebody got to tell them why they're not eating. And yeah, our poor people, I see our poor people in the market putting these things on their heads. Look at census day to day, they were in the market asking all the women. The women say, look, Joe, we are not supposed to have something in the air to count people. You know, he's flying out of the country. This is a de facto census. That means everybody got to be counted. You cannot use the other kind of census with this de jure. That's another kind of census where they stick records from the driver's department, from the driver registry. They take records from the voting registry from the election commission. They take record from the what else we do in mass. And we vote. We driver license. What else we do? That take mass registration. Anything that takes mass registration where people got to do something to register that before you can have access to certain things that drive, like that's what we need a driver license. Everybody in the country got to drive. Most of the people who can drive are juveniles, under 16, under 17, under 18. But most people from 16-year-old up have some kind of license to drive in developed country. I think in Liberia, you got to be 18 years old to drive. So if you're 18 years old to drive and 18 years old to vote, that's a very good access for registry that the NEC can use for Liberians because every driver license will state whether you're Liberian or not. And Liberians got different license from foreigners in the country. So that's easy to identify Liberians. So that way you can use those statistical documents under de jure census when you're doing de jure. But this census we're doing is de facto. Why? Because they want to count everybody physically. When they come to the house, they want to see the mom, they want to see the pa, they want to see the grandchild, they want to see the great-grandchild. Then they mark all of them down and move. If they don't see you, you cannot be counted. So this is the census they're doing. Right now, the president and 15 people out of the country, how they will be counted? They cannot be counted. The census has started today. They're out of the country. But the president said he counted. So if the people don't show up today, they show the markets. Nobody's staying home today. The people got to go get their daily bread. The president took all the money out of the country and gone. So if you take $2 million out of the country and all the people complaining about money and food and all of that, they're not getting paid, you expect people to stay home on a day they can be making money? The foreigners can do that, but not our people. So they show the market that they ain't pleased with. All the people that's making market. And the woman said it. The interview with the woman, she said, Joe, we are supposed to have mission in the air to count us because we can't stay home. We got to take care of our children. We got to feed our families. Who will do that? So will this census be qualified? All the money they say they're spending on this census today, we got holiday and all. And we know people not going around counting. We know there's problems with the Census Bureau and its employees, its numerators, its counters. They're striking. They won't pay. Government institutions are not getting paid yet. How will the common people stay home now when they haven't gotten paid for months? Where do you get the money from? Then we're trying to stop corruption and all this. These are the things that perpetrate corruption. That's what the Judiciary called the finance minister before them, because they were saying, if you all want justice in the country, if you all want the judges to be fair and impartial, how can there be that when they're not getting paid? You don't pay the judges for 2-3 months. You're encouraging them to take bribe. They got families. They got children. They got institutions. Things going on. Everything not stopping because the government not paying you. Things going on every day. People got to pay bills. People who deal in the international market got to do things. They're not stopping because the Liberian government not paying its employees. And this is where competence, diligence, trustworthiness, honesty take priority. That's my class for this morning. So my people, we don't want to go back to war. We don't want to go back to war. We don't want to go back to violence. But these people are forcing us into it, man. Our leaders are forcing us into it. They are forcing us into these things. And our hands are tied. So when you hear uprising tomorrow, when you hear something go on, don't be shocked. The injustices, the dereliction of duties, the impartiality, not there. Too much partiality, too much friendship, too much family, too much body, taking everything from us. When will the time of Liberian people come? We kill all our people. Look at our people. How many people been killed from 1980? It's over 1 million. From 1980 to today, it's far over 1 million Liberian people being killed in the name of justice. And where is it? Aluta. Continua. My class is done. Attorney Commander Glapohkpa Chesson. Class is done. I'm out of here. See you tomorrow.
We got something.
I'm an agent here at AmeriLife, and I help people with their Medicare, life insurance, and annuities. If you ever need anything, please give me a call. My number is 434-426-9493. And we're located in Cranston, Rhode Island.
morning, ladies and gentlemen. This is the Tony Commander J.R. Glapohkpa Chesson. This morning, I'm in Seacom on Thornton Avenue at Sarcastic Sweets. I'm here with the proprietor. Ma'am, could you introduce yourself to us and tell us how long you've been here?
So my name is Nina Reed. I'm from Anchorage, Alaska, but I've had the store here in I had it based in Rhode Island for 10 years, where I had my food truck, and this is our first year in Seacom, Massachusetts. So we've been here for a full year as of August 19th.
So tell us about Sarcastic Sweets.
So what to tell you about Sarcastic Sweets? We started out as a food truck. We do custom orders, cakes, weddings, pickups, deliveries, birthday parties, colleges, fundraisers, churches, which is very important to me. We do all of those types of events, but then we were finally able to get a store through a lot of savings and fundraising and things like that here in Seacom, Massachusetts. So we still service Rhode Island quite a bit, but we also service a lot of Massachusetts. And we have the bakery portion, which is Sarcastic Sweets, and the Alaska Treehouse portion of things, which is the breakfast, lunch, smoothies, cafe portion of things. So you can come in and do your work like an internet cafe, or you can have breakfast with your family, or lunch. We do breakfast all day, because in Alaska you can have breakfast any time of the day. Any time of the day could be breakfast. Pastries, movie, special orders.
This is fantastic.
Chef Eve. We are at Garden of Eve, Caribbean cuisine. So we have a beautiful outdoor that we have a selection of different type of food that you can enjoy. We have jerk chicken, jerk ribs, especially the weekend. We got some different specials gonna go on, and we are based Haitian cooking, but also you can find a little bit of everything that we carry here. And we are at 405 Harris Avenue, Providence, Rhode Island. Thank you, come on by and try us out. Looking forward to see you guys.